this video, like the title of the video, we will talking about language transfer. So if you have curious about the language transfer, check it out. So first, we will talk about the definition of language transfer. Language transfer is a replication of rules from our first language or our mother tongue to the second language or to the language that we want to learn. And we can transfer about the grammar, vocabularies, structure, syntax, pronunciation, and so on to the second language or L2 language. And language transfer explain different accent and what mistake people make. And also it can predict how quickly we can require a second language, taking into account similarities and differences between two languages. And the developments of language transfer about the transfer research tell informally three periods and categorized. The first one is behaviors view, or language learning as a habit formation. And the second one is mentalist view. Mentalist view is language acquisition with a creative construction of language rules. And the last one is cognitive views, focused on factors that influence language acquisition. Kinds of factors that would cause language transfer is the first one. Transfer happens at different linguistic levels, namely morphology, syntax, discourse, and so on. The second one is social factors have impact on language transfer. For example, the influence of learning environment. The third one is markedness of certain knowledge. The fourth, prototypicality, or the core meaning and periphery meaning of a certain word. And the last one is some developmental factors that limits interlanguage development. And language transfer have two types. The first one is positive transfer. Positive transfers when first language pattern is identically with second language or the language that we want to learn pattern, and it's called facility learning. And the second one is negative learning, when the first one is different from the second one pattern. It can impede learning. The greater the differences between two languages, the more the negative effects. Thus, language acquisition can predicted by the amount of similarities and differences between first language and the second language. Positive transfer. When language transfer result in correct and the second language production, it is called positive transfer. It happens when there are similarities between two languages. It can include sounds, structure, word meaning, or other linguistic aspect. And these types of transfer facilities and accelerate the acquisitions process and lead to fewer mistakes. And the negative transfer. Negative transfer occurs when first language knowledge influence the second language understanding and result in errors. Such transfer hinder an acquisition of a second language, at least temporarily. It affects word choice, word order, pronunciation, and any other aspect of the second language. The first one is substitution. Substitution is some words have similar sound because they struggle with the replicating the original sounds. It's like when we learn about bahasa, we know about bisa. Bisa can means like can, atau in Indonesia call it dapat. In the second one, bisa can means poison or racun. The second one is under differentiation. Under differentiation is an ability to make a distinct made in other language. Indonesia like di bawah. Indonesia just di bawah, but in English we can use di bawah like under and above. And the third one is simplification. Second language learners may reduce the linguistic structure resulting in grammatically incorrect sentence. Sometimes Indonesia not use or omit a and the in the sentence. In language learning, negative transfer mainly refers to the negative influence of one's native language on their foreign language learning.
Okay guys, that's all about language transfer. I hope this video is helpful for you and answer your curiosity. So don't forget